You know that feeling, right? You've been staring at a restaurant menu for 20 minutes and you just can't choose. Finally, you decided to have the same thing your lunch mate is having. Or you've been agonizing about writing that email for days. You've wrote it, rewrote it, and wrote it again, and it's still not sounding right in your head. It feels like a personal feeling sometimes. It feels like you're just not good at making decisions. But what if I told you it's not you? What if it's a decision-making glitch in your brain? A system crash caused by the nonstop stress and information overload in the world we're living in today. This isn't about being weak-willed. It's about a mental system being pushed way past its limits. We're going to break down the psychological glitch, look at the forces that are causing it, and give you the tools you need to reboot your brain and start choosing with clarity and not anxiety. Welcome to Waves of Change. This is my journey of retiring, relocating, and writing what peace means for me. Because you're never too late and your peace is never too far. So what exactly is this glitch? It's a feeling of being mentally stuck, totally overwhelmed, or just exhausted by a simple act of making a decision, making a choice. Psychologists call the result of this glitch decision fatigue. Think of it like this. Your ability to make good, rational choices is a finite resource, like a muscle. And in the 21st century, we're forcing that muscle into nonstop workout from the moment we wake up. The result? The quality of our decisions get worse and worse as the day goes on. It's why we can eat a healthy breakfast and then, without even thinking, order pizza for dinner. Your decision-making energy is just gone. This isn't just a feeling. It's happening on a neurological level. The part of your brain that handles complex thought and decision-making, the prefrontal cortex, gets exhausted. Its function is impaired. So what's pushing it to its breaking point? It's usually a team effort between two main culprits: chronic stress and information overload. First, let's talk about chronic stress. So many of us are living in a constant, low-grade state of stress from work, relationships, the state of the world, money. This isn't the useful, sharp stress that helps you solve a problem. This is the slow burn that actually changes your brain chemistry. Research shows that chronic stress can impair the functions of your prefrontal cortex, messing with your working memory and emotional regulation. When you're under this kind of constant pressure, your brain doesn't have the energy for slow, careful thinking. It starts taking shortcuts and falling back on the old habits because it's easier. It's your brain's survival mode, choosing what's familiar over what's actually best. Now let's add that second villain, information overload. We are hit with more choices and more data than any generation in human history. I was at the grocery store the other day, just trying to buy a case of water. Simple, right? But I stood there for like 10 minutes, staring at this wall of options. There was spring water, there was purified waters, there was artesian waters, volcanic field water, water with electrolytes, water with the perfect pH balance, water in a box, water in a can. My brain just froze. I ended up just grabbing the closest case of water to me. I just had to escape that decision. There was a name for this, the paradox of choice. The idea that while we think more options make us freer, they actually leave us frozen. This overload leads directly to what's called analysis paralysis, where you can't make a decision because you're just overwhelmed by the options. Your brain gets stuck in a loop of researching and comparing, terrified of making a wrong choice from an ocean of possibilities. Combine a brain altered by chronic stress with an environment of endless choices, and you've got the perfect storm for a decision-making glitch. The system just wasn't built for this. It crashes, and you're left feeling anxious, procrastinating, and making impulsive choices you regret later, all because your mental battery is completely drained. Knowing what's happening in the brain is one thing, but why does it feel so uniquely terrible? It's because this system crash pokes at some of our deepest human fears. Every single decision, big or small, forces us to face uncertainty. We are hardwired to dislike the unknown. In a world that pressures us to optimize everything, the fear of making the wrong choice can be completely paralyzing. We put off making the decision just to avoid the uncomfortable feeling of not knowing how it'll turn out. This fear gets cranked up to an 11 by social comparison. We scroll through the highlight reels of everyone else's lives and feel the crushing pressure to make the perfect choice in our own career, our relationship, and even what we buy. This fear of failing, of being judged, becomes a massive internal roadblock, causing us to overthink tiny decisions until we do nothing at all. On top of that, y'all, being in a state of decision fatigue makes us easy targets for our own cognitive bias. These are the mental shortcuts our brain uses all the time. They're usually helpful, but when we're stressed and tired, they lead us down the wrong road. We might fall for loss aversion, where the fear of losing something is so strong that we avoid a change that could possibly be a huge win. For example, we may stay in a job we dislike because of the fear of losing a steady paycheck is more powerful than the potential joy of starting our own businesses. Or we get hit with confirmation bias. We only look for information that agrees with our first possibly wrong idea. Maybe you've decided a certain new phone is the best one, so you only watch reviews from people who love it and ignore other articles pointing out its flaws. It all creates a painful cycle. You feel overwhelmed by a choice, so you put it off. That delay creates more stress, which drains even more mental energy, which makes the decision even harder. You end up feeling stuck, anxious, and blaming yourself, thinking something is wrong with you. But you're not broken. You're just a person with a normal brain reacting to an incredibly demanding world. So if any of this is hitting home and you're starting to see that this isn't some personal flaw, but a shared struggle, take a second to subscribe to this channel. We're all about breaking down these psychological puzzles and giving you the tools to feel more in control. So let's reboot our brain. We've got the problem. Now let's talk about how to fix it. This isn't about trying harder. It's about working smarter with the brain we have. Here are 3 practical steps to defrag your decision making. First one, triage your choices. First thing you have to do is stop wasting mental energy on things that don't matter. You only have a limited amount of quality decision making power each day. Here's how to guard it. Automate your routine decisions. There's a reason why Mark Zuckerberg famously wore the same outfit every day, and he's not the only one. It's one less choice to make, and you could do this too. Pick a simple breakfast to eat every day. Create a go-to work uniform. By putting these small daily choices on autopilot, you save your best decision making, your best brain power for the decisions that will actually shape your life. Second, use the two-way door framework. This idea separates decisions into 2 types. The one-way doors are big, consequential, and hard to reverse. But the two-way doors are easily reversible. Most of our daily choices, what we eat, what we wear, what movie to watch, are two-way doors. For these, just make the decision and move on. A decent choice is okay. If you're wrong, you can just walk back through the door because it's two ways, in and out. But you want to save your deep analytical energy for the real one-way doors, like your career changes or a major financial decision. Step 2, manage your energy, not just your time. Your ability to choose wisely is tied directly to your physical state. A brain that is stressed, tired, or hungry simply cannot think clearly. We already know chronic stress messes with your prefrontal cortex, making you more impulsive. So you have to manage your biology before you can manage your choices. Start by making your most important decisions in the early morning. That's when your willpower and your cognitive fuel tanks are full, before decision fatigue kicks in. Don't try to solve a life problem at 4 p.m. when you're exhausted and running on fumes. And before you make a big choice, use a simple stress reduction trick, like a 5-minute walk, a few deep breaths, or a quick mindfulness exercise. This can calm down your nervous system. This helps pull your brain out of that reactive, fear-based state and back into its thoughtful, logical mode. And remember this acronym, HALT. HALT. Never make a decision, a big decision, when you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. HALT. Take care of your basic human needs first. It's the most powerful way to fight this glitch. Now, step 3, build your personal algorithm. This is my favorite one because this is where the rubber meets the road here when you're making your decision. You want to define your principles. Analysis paralysis loves a vacuum. When you don't have a clear definition of what good choices look like for you, every option can feel equally overwhelming. The fix is to create your own decision-making framework based on your core values. This becomes your personal algorithm. Take some time and actually write down what matters most to you. In your career, is it freedom, helping others, making good money? Is it personal growth, stability, or adventure? Get specific. Having these principles defined ahead of time makes future choices so much simpler. When you're facing a tough decision, you're no longer starting from scratch. You just run the options through your personal algorithm and ask, what choice aligns best with what you've already decided is important in your life? This turns a vague, scary process into a logical one. It's a filter that helps you quickly toss out options that aren't a real fit and gives you the confidence in the ones that are left. This builds trust in your own judgment, and that's the ultimate antidote to the fear of choosing wrong. Now, that feeling of being paralyzed by choice isn't a sign that you're a flaky or indecisive person. It's a decision-making glitch. A system crash caused by a 1-2 punch of chronic stress and information overload. It's a perfectly normal reaction to the insane demands of modern life. But you don't have to be stuck in that crash state. By understanding what's going on in your head, you can take back the controls. Remember our 3 steps that we talked about. First, triage your choices by automating the small stuff. Second, you want to manage your energy because a rested brain is a wise brain. Third, you want to build your own personal algorithm by defining what truly matters to you. And you have the power to clear out the mental clutter. Reboot your operating system and start making choices with confidence. And if you want to go even deeper with this work alongside a community of people who get it, I want to invite you to join the wait list for the Well-Rooted Collective. It's a space where we're building to help you put these tools into practice and build a life that's truly aligned with your values. The link is in the description below. So I have a question for you. What's one small decision you're going to automate this week to start saving your mental energy? Drop your commitment in the comments below. It's always great to learn from each other. And if this was helpful, y'all please give the video a like and subscribe for more ways to navigate modern life. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's next. And remember, you're never too late and your peace is never too far. Y'all, thanks for watching. Bye.